Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's do it. All right. This is our first year anniversary. We got married last year on
this
day, August 2nd, 2019.
2019.
And so to commemorate this day, we are going to tell our story and how we met and how all this came to be.
Wow, that's crazy.
Okay, so we'll do it from two perspectives. I guess we'll do it from your perspective and then my perspective.
You want the truth or you want the truth?
Okay.
All right.
So I can't tell this next part from my perspective because I don't remember. But just tell me again how we first met.
All right. Well, I was going through some troublesome times in my life at this point. That was going on around Thanksgiving.
No, we met before Thanksgiving.
No, just are you gonna let me tell my part?
Yeah, but you have to tell how we first.
Okay, we first met at a church. I want to say cookout that was having at Falls Lake. I seen her. I didn't really introduce myself, but that's when I first seen her. But after that, I didn't see her for another 4 years.
No, 4 years.
Well, how long was it then?
Oh my gosh! Like what? 4 months?
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
Okay, 4 months. 4 months. She said she don't remember. But anyway.
That was like in July.
Okay, 4 months. I'm gonna say 5 months.
It had to be 2017. Oh yeah, that had to be like July of 2017 because I was in that relationship. That relationship ended January of 2018, and we hooked up and got together and re-met in really late September of 2018.
Okay.
So we met for the first time a year before I even started talking to you.
Okay. So a year.
And I don't remember.
And she don't remember, but she'll remember all that. But anyway, so I had stopped going to church for a while. And I come back to church, and there she is. And my best man, Tony Steele, was like, hey, man, you need to talk to her, man. You need to talk to her. But I was like, nah. Even Maria was like, yeah, man, you need to talk to her. She was a pretty sweet lady. So I was like, nah, man, At first I was skeptical because she looked like she was a, Hassa Diddy type chick. You know how they are. Too proud to be talking to somebody of my caliber, my stature, or whatever. I wasn't good enough for her. That's what I was thinking. So I didn't talk to her for a good little while. Then
he was right to feel that way because at that time in my life, I was doing really well on my own, and I honestly did not want to be bothered.
So I brought my son to church with me a few times, and around Thanksgiving time, that's when I was, I had asked her to Thanksgiving dinner because my mom was at my house at the time. So,
Tiger,
move.
Nothing.
So,
ew.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my what?
Golly, you're a nasty dog. You're really just like a baby. Anyway, so I was going through some problems in my life at that time, and I had fell out from church. Lost contact with God and so forth.
Of your job, right?
That was a lot.
Oh, okay. You explained to me because you had to work on Sundays.
But I had to work on Sundays.
What's your perspective?
And anything, it was just a lot. And I just asked her to help me get closer to the Lord. And, right around Thanksgiving time, I had lost my job. I was going through some things with my relationship at that point, it was a lot. So,
Okay. Can I tell it from my perspective now?
Yeah.
Look, I remember when I re-met him. So I don't remember the first time, but I remember when he did come back to the church in late September of 2018. And I remember we started talking. He had our son, Chase. I didn't know he was going to be mine, but that was the segue of me actually even giving Mickey the time of day because I won't study. Mickey, and it wasn't personally against him. I just wasn't thinking about men at the time. I wasn't thinking about being in a relationship. It was me and the Lord, and He had blessed me tremendously, and I was on my grind, and I was completely content with being on my own. But you helped me put my keyboard equipment in the car.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Yes. So he volunteered to help me break down my keyboard equipment after church, and his son, our son now, Chase, helped him. And I noticed that Chase was a very sweet, well-mannered little boy.
Got him from his daddy.
Oh, Lord. And so I gave that a credit to him. Gave that a credit to Mickey because Chase was so helpful and well-mannered and stuff. It seemed like there was some good parenting and fathering going on. But honestly, Chase was the one that stole my heart from the beginning. And we continued, to interact after services for a few weeks. And then it was in November. You had randomly invited me to Thanksgiving. I was like, oh, gosh, this is a loser.
And she turned me down. And saying she was a golden corral.
That was a good Thanksgiving, too. We didn't have to wash no dishes and stuff.
You didn't have to do that in the house either.
We would have been cramped if I would have come over there for Thanksgiving.
Anyway, you didn't know nothing about that. So
I know, but someone told me. So, he came into my life when I was on a upturn, and you were kind of on a downturn.
Downturn, yes.
Okay, but I was on an upturn. I had just purchased my house, and I did not accept his invitation to Thanksgiving. However, I had purchased a sectional, one that we're sitting on right now, and I needed some help getting it right around Thanksgiving. I think it was the day after Thanksgiving.
Yes, the day after Thanksgiving.
It was the day after Thanksgiving, yes, because we were still on break from the school. And I called my dad, and my dad told me he was going to help me, but he ended up not being able to help me. So literally, I was arguing with my dad because I was like, I know someone who will do it, but I don't want to call him. I don't want to call him. And I was literally on the phone crying. And my dad was like, just pay the man. And so I was like, yes, that should keep him at bay. So I ended up calling Mickey over, and we got a new call. We went and got the sectional and everything, and we had a decent conversation on the way to Raleigh to get the sectional. But he really almost lost me because he started talking about some old craziness.
No,
I'm not gonna say who he was
talking about. My
his,
brother. Like I always do, I was talking about my brother. Give her my whole life spiel.
And scared
because she wasn't.
I was like, this Negro and his family are crazy.
Because I grew up off tough love.
I said, ain't no
I grew up way different than what she did. I didn't grow up in the church. She grew up in church. I grew up in. I grew up rough. So it was a doggy dog world how I grew up.
You and your brothers were acting bad.
Yeah. I wasn't always God's angel.
I wasn't either. But that wasn't it. You really did scare me.
I bet.
But I wasn't going to tell him that because I was confined to a U-Haul truck. So I played like I was cool with it. But I was like, this will be our last meeting. So we got back to the house, and, me being independent, for some reason at that time, I thought I could do any and everything by myself, even though I wasn't physically equipped.
No.
And so, I was trying to help him lift this sectional because I was like, how heavy could it be? Turned out I couldn't lift it. My arms were too short and it was too heavy. And I couldn't even help.
I got it in the house by myself.
Yeah, he got in the house and through the door by himself, and I felt so helpless just standing there watching him doing it all on his own. But even after that, and after he got me situated, I was like, this Negro better not ask to go to the bathroom because he's not stepping one point past his living room.
And that was the
I
truth.
said, I'm gonna sit him outside.
Hey, watch out. Sit down.
I don't know. I was
Sit down.
I was in a mode where I was
Sit.
kind of mean. Oh my God, Tiger.
Man, what is it? Sit down.
Sit down.
I don't even want to be in the way. There you go.
Yeah, I was like, you better not ask to use the bathroom or nothing. But yeah, ended up taking him back to his car and everything. And tell how we really took off. Did we talk after that on the phone?
Yes, we talked a lot on the
We
phone.
did?
It was getting closer to December, Christmas time.
It was December 1st.
Yeah, she asked me that I want to.
My kids had a concert at Southern High School.
Yep. And I was not interested in going. But at the time, someone was like, go, boy, you need to go. You need to go. So I got dressed, took my clothes off. Got dressed, took my clothes off. So I had called my best man. I was like, man, I don't think I'm going to go to this concert, man. Ain't got no gas, no nothing. But I went on E. I went on E.
You let the Holy Spirit carry you.
Like, I got there. I got there on time.
Yeah, you were early. Actually.
Yeah, I got there. That was the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, the concert went on.
So, I was talking to him as a friend after he helped me move the sectional in because he seemed like a really cool dude despite all the stuff that he had told me in the U-Haul. And, I'm like, okay, I was, moving from my mom's house because I had moved into my mom's house to save money to purchase this house. So I had just purchased this house. So, I was here by myself. And so it was kind of lonely. So I'm like, whatever, he'd be someone to talk to at the very least. But I was like, well, let's see how serious this guy is. And so I invited him to the concert that my kids were having at Southern High School. And, I made up in my mind, I said, if you don't show up, then that's it. I'm not going to talk to him, period. Because, in the past, I've been used to men making promises. I'm going to show up, I'm going to do this. But sometimes they don't always come through. And if they're serious or not by what they decide to do, the decisions they decide to make. But this dude actually showed up, okay? And, I was handling my kids and getting them prepared. And, this dude was already talking to my mother. Had met her in the ticket line.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking and I was like, I didn't mean for you to meet my mother and for y'all to be introduced right now.
Oh,
me
and the moms, we hit it off.
I know.
We hit it off.
And my mother was like, afterwards, she was like, don't run him away. I like Mickey. He's a real guy. I like Mickey.
Yeah. So the whole time we talking, I'm talking to her mom. Get out of here, man.
Oh my goodness.
So, the whole time, man, I was just telling her mom, I'm not out.
You was talking to my mom.
I'm not out to get your daughter, usually gentleman stuff.
Yeah, nothing he should have been talking to her about at that point. Because you weren't even a friend, you were an acquaintance.
I was keeping it real. How about that?
But anyway, after the concert, which went pretty well, he was around and I was dealing with my kids and ended up having to take one home. And, he waited for me. And after that, we ended up going to McDonald's because it was nothing.
Yeah, that was our first date.
Yeah, we ended up going to McDonald's drive-thru. And he came back to the house and we sat on the section of the one we moved in, and we ate McDonald's.
Yes, we did.
We ate McDonald's, and he went home after that. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, it was.
That's just having someone to talk to.
And then,
because I was kind of lonely when I moved in here. Honestly,
yeah.
I was thinking, I was like, Let me rent my house out and move back in with my mom.
then it got to the point to where I had got a bunch of DVDs from my uncle, and
Is your uncle on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
What?
I'm not going to say that.
Say what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Anyway, so it was December time. Now it's getting colder, and
It was the snow that brought us close.
yes, it was. So it had snowed. I had these DVDs. Oh my God. Anyway.
We're going to have to get you a stiffer color.
Stop. So we had these okay, here we go.
No, don't.
Okay then, stop. Anyway, we had these DVDs. I had a DVD player. And I was out in the country. She was here. I wanted to see her more and more. So I drove in the snow for a whole week.
I advise him against
to
this.
Durham.
I'm not selfish. I advise
From
him.
Chatham to Durham in the snow.
It was just a peculiar year because it does not snow in December in North Carolina. But
man.
December of 2018, well, actually, the kids at the concert were singing this song called Snow Falls in December, floating down the Cool Chris there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess they brought the snow upon us. But
So,
it doesn't typically snow.
Well, that's what brought us closer, man.
Yeah, the fact that you were driving the snow to get here. But I kept you at bay for a while.
Yeah, she was trying to play hard to get. She was being obnoxious and being to look. Then
You started
for
on
one
the
night,
one end of the sectional, I was at the other end.
then we got closer and closer.
Get closer together.
Then one day we kissed. Oh my God.
No.
Yes, we did.
No. I had to let you put your arm around me first.
Yeah, then after that we kissed.
Because we were basically sitting shoulder to shoulder.
The truth is, she asked me to be her man.
First
Yes,
of all,
yes. She gonna say she don't remember, but that is the truth. She don't remember, but that is the truth. So I was like, all right, well,
you've been telling these lies.
Man, come on, it can't be a lie if I'm telling it all the time.
Yeah, but there is no way I asked you that. I would never degrade myself and ask any man at this point in my life.
Whatever.
And especially not you, Fun Bun.
Whatever, man. You can say what you
want. Especially not you, the way I felt at first.
Yeah, you can say what you want to say.
Especially you.
So it went on.
Why you keep telling that lie?
It went on and on and on.
Why you keep telling that lie?
So she had a concert. Was it a concert at the Blue Factory?
No, you're skipping Christmas.
Oh man, we're gonna do it like that.
Yeah, we're gonna tell in detail because this is for us to remember.
Okay.
While it's still fresh in our brains. Hold on, let me tell this.
Tell it.
Goodness, because you forgot to skip a whole part.
What? The Christmas
So
part?
mind you, the concert where we got closer together, the concert was on December 1st. And we weren't even dating at the time. I guess you could consider that our first pseudo date, but I was actually working. I was with children when he showed up. And then, so we got close as the weeks went on. And then Christmas came, and your mother and stepfather had come down, and sister, and he was going to host them, but something had happened.
Yeah, they couldn't make it.
No, they made it, child.
So why they didn't come over to the house then?
We spent the time over here, remember?
But we went to your mom's house the first Christmas.
No, listen, Nikki, you don't remember.
Oh my God.
So you were supposed to pick them up from the bus station. Something happened at your house where you didn't have enough room or something like that.
They stayed
They ended up staying here. And so I had to hurry up and get the house ready. Now, mind you, we had been really talking for about 3 weeks at that point.
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
They ended up staying here, so I gave up my room to Nikki's mom and stepdad, and I just slept on the couch, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that. And we ended up sleeping on the floor in the back room, not together, but we ended up sleeping on the floor in the back room because the house wasn't completely furnished yet. And we just had a good time that night. It was fun, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was like having a sleepover with a friend. I remember lots of smiles.
Yeah, well, we stayed up pretty late.
We did. So that's also how we got closer. Okay. And then let's see. So we continue to date and everything. He had his place, I had mine. And then some stuff had happened with you. No, first you had proposed.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Before that mess.
She had. Excuse you. We'll do. So she had a concert at the Deepak Center.
The kids had a concert.
Yes. So at this time,
that was a good day.
It was a little closer. You know, I had to talk with her mom, and
I was talking to my mom behind my back.
I went out and I had bought an engagement ring because I knew after what we've been through and what I've been through and how she helped me go through some of the things that I went through.
Yeah, he went through straight up hell in January.
Oh, man.
February with his car, with his landlord, all that mess.
It was this little angel right here. God sent into my life.
Don't pat my hair down.
I'm sorry.
It's already shrinking.
Anyway, this little angel here.
Don't mess up my.
Oh my goodness. This
little child.
Okay. This little child right here helped me through a lot. I mean, a lot, you know. So I was ever so grateful for her. And so
I did, like getting off of. Did I have a part-time job at the time?
No, you did not.
So why does it seem like I was coming to your house? Why does it seem like my day was ending later?
Because you had all these concerts and all these rehearsals.
Yeah, because it was rehearsals. Yes.
So you would come to my house, man, and bring me food.
Yes, he needed it.
And you would give me rides to work.
Because he needed it.
And I had just got this job at the Steel Network at the time.
Yeah, just recovered. Yep.
Oh man.
And I started to care about you, then I didn't want to see you fall on your face.
So I mean, I was just.
I was trying to help a brother out.
I was headed down a dark spot. And she helped. She was my torch. Those dark spots.
Oh, you better treat me like I'm your torch.
Man, anyway.
So Deepak.
So at the Deepak, this night, you know, I went out and bought this engagement ring the day before. I was nervous, man. Just nervous. And she had this big concert, man. I had sat down with her mom and I asked her, I was like, well, you know, your daughter has been in my life. I like your daughter, you know, we're together. And I just want to ask you your permission if I can marry your daughter. She was like, what, for real? She was like, I prayed for this today at work. I knew it. I was just like, why you want to just go ahead and ask her to marry you? So I proposed to her that night. And she was just oh man, she was just so happy at the time.
Okay, so from my perspective, first of all, that day was just a good day. You know, just seeing my kids at the school exposed to like being able to perform at a place like a Deepak, and we had practiced really hard with the other kids and teachers, music teachers in the district. And also my little sister at the time was also in the show, so that was nice for us. You know, she was a dancer, but it was nice for us to be able to share that experience together. But yeah, my mom showed up, my sister and Mickey had shown up, and y'all sat together during the concert, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, after the concert, it was crazy because you're trying to get kids back to the parents and everything. And one of my parents, she needed help getting to her car. And I noticed that my mother was lingering because typically when she comes to my stuff, you know, she will show up, but she don't waste no time getting out of there. Well, I gotta go, you know. But I noticed she was like lingering, so I thought that was really strange, but I decided not to say anything about it. And I noticed that, you know, my younger sister, she hadn't left with her friends who are her world. And also Mickey was acting very strange and he was on my last nerve. Like I could feel his nervous energy. And I guess, I don't want to say I was mean at the time.
Yeah, you was.
Oh my gosh. My personality has changed. But yeah, I was really about to be like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? He was like really on my last nerve because I just felt his nervous energy, but I'm glad I didn't say anything. That must have been the Lord.
Yeah, to close that mouth.
But I remember he was like, we're walking beside the D-pad in the little grassy area over there by the American flag. And he was like, Abby, I just love you. I just really love you. Just really love you. And I'm like, I love you too, Nikki. Because yes, we had gotten to that point, Because, with Mickey, even though it didn't last long, our courtship before he asked me to marry him, it was like the equivalent of
6 months,
no,
7 months.
No, that was our engagement. Our courtship was like 2 to 3 months.
Okay, 2 to 4 months.
No, it won't no 4 months. It was 2 or 3 months between the time we started dating and the time that you proposed.
But you don't remember.
I do remember.
Okay.
December. It was 2.5 months.
Going on with your story.
December 1st to.
Go ahead. Come on.
What? February 21st, something like that.
Go ahead with your story.
And so he stood in front of flagpoles, and we were standing there, and he got down on one knee, and it was like, and I don't have this often, but it was like an outer body experience. Like, oh my God, it was like I was down. I was like looking down at myself, like my spirit had jumped out my body, and I was actually looking down on us surround sound. And so I started screaming and everything because I couldn't believe it. But he just, it was happiness. It was sheer happiness that I felt. It was good. I couldn't believe it. And then the fact that it came so soon. I knew it was going there, but I didn't expect it to be that soon. I thought maybe like around, I was thinking we were going to give it like 6 months or so. But you knew what you wanted. And you know what? It was refreshing that you knew what you wanted, because I felt that as well. You know what I mean? Like I felt a sureness with you that I hadn't felt with anybody else. And a peace that I hadn't felt with anybody else. And, I was completely myself, the good, bad, and the ugly from the beginning. So you have no right to complain now.
Oh, my God.
From the beginning.
She was just silly.
I mean, I wasn't, I wasn't.
Not then, but when we got married, oh, my God, boy, she really showed me how silly she is.
Well, I mean, I wasn't, mean to you or anything.
No, she wasn't.
I didn't put on any airs for you.
No.
And I was like, oh my goodness.
She got a slick
I treated this guy like this, yes, and I used it at the beginning of our relationship.
But she didn't know I had a slick mouth too.
I didn't know. You concealed yours, which I'm mad at.
Oh,
but that's
no.
Okay.
That's what you're supposed to do, man.
Well,
I didn't unseal my slickness until she said something real slick to me out of the mouth. I said, and my brothers was here. I was like, oh.
I found out he wasn't a pushover.
Yeah.
That was my one concern.
The glasses fooled her.
Yeah. Actually, he's kind of a gangster.
No, I'm not a gangster.
Yeah, you are a recovering gangster.
Yeah. Sort of.
No.
I'm not that way no more. But don't
not
push
that heathen life no more.
No, but don't push me. So yeah.
He's a good boy, truly with bad boy tendencies.
I am.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you were just a four-eyed nerd, that would have been attractive. Okay. All right. Well, we're almost done. All right. So, yeah. Proposed. Everything was nice. And, yeah. All right. And so we had an engagement. And let me tell you, the devil tested. Did you feel the devil testing during our engagement?
Yes. Yes.
It was just hard.
It was.
It was just rough. It was just rough and stuff as far as my health and stuff. I was sick. I had strep throat on the wedding day, remember?
Yep. Sure did.
With the daggone kids.
She got it. She got strep throat, gave it to me, then I gave it back to her.
Oh my goodness.
Then back to
No,
me.
but when we first got married, well, I'm jumping the gun. You stayed sick a lot. Your immune system has built up like it took mine sometimes.
Yes,
But anyway, that's how we got together.
it is. Now she has a dog and a child.
And my life has completely changed. I'm not that single girl in this house anymore. Because when I was single, that last, like, what was it? It was like a month. No, it wasn't even, no, I had a couple months. I had a few months.
Yeah, you're being here by yourself.
Yeah, but man, when we came together, this house went from being so big to being so small. Oh my goodness. And so lively.
Look
From
at this
being
guy.
so quiet.
Tiger,
And
look
a
at-
sanctuary.
look at the camera. Look, come here.
Just leave Tiger alone.
Come here.
Just let him do
Look.
what he's doing. See?
See? That's our little boy. My son is gone with his mom, Carrie.
All right. So let's shut this down now, and then maybe when we feel like it, we'll talk about like the wedding day later. All right. Thanks for whoever watches this mess.
Yes, this love story.
Okay. Bye. Hold on. How do I turn this off? Hold on. Stop. Okay. And
It's still going.